Beglin has joined me to offer his expertise.
And Practical Jokers join host Jamila Jamil and the Misery Index, a new game show. Premieres October 22nd on TBS.
If I could just have a moment of your time.
Go on.
There's something you guys need to see.
Welcome, everyone, to my world.
You down?
Always.
I mean, this is crazy, right?
It's wonderful.
Getting more presented by Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans.
What are your greatest strengths?
No, it's difficult to say that about myself. I think it's up to other people. But the part I'm liking the most is the part when I have the ball on my feet.
What are your biggest weaknesses?
I can improve a lot of things. I can score some more goals. I can improve my long range passing and making runs behind the defense.
What is your greatest achievement?
So far, I think winning the championship with Ajax.
What would you be if you weren't a footballer?
It's really difficult. I never knew it. I don't know. I just always wanted to be a football player.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
I hope I'm still at Barcelona, winning a lot of trophies and to be a starter and everything.
This could be something special.
It pulled it back, and it's in! Barcelona get the breakthrough through Pedro. A chance, goal! Schneider equalises. The lead take to Michael! Goal to Inter! Inter, who were hit hard, hit back harder. Milito! And the defending European champions are really rocking now. A title under threat tonight from football's favourite party pooper.
He certainly put the arm up, there's no doubt about that.
Gerard Piqué provides a moment of mastery, a wonderful piece of skill. Barcelona are beaten. Inter Milan will go to Madrid, and Jose Mourinho's moment has come again. A special success for the special one.
Incredible moment in football, that one. Today's fixture between Barcelona and Inter, of course, sparking memories of their famous tie in the 2010 semi-finals. It feels like a Barcelona team that's under an awful lot of pressure to make amends for two very humiliating Champions League exits in the past 2 seasons. There are, though, still kind of huge doubts over their credentials at this point in time, are there?
Yeah, there are. And, we're not sure if Messi will start or be on the bench. They are not the same team without Lionel Messi. When Lionel Messi plays, they fit around him. We haven't seen the best of Antoine Griezmann yet. He scored a couple goals. Luis Suarez is getting back to full fitness. Frenkie de Jong still finding his place within this group. But the whispers about Valverde's future, which were shouts at the end of last season, which quieted coming into this season, are becoming louder again because they don't play the style of football that I think the Barca faithful expect. They are hard to beat at home. I think today I could see either being a draw or Barcelona pipping, but Inter Milan are coming in great form into this match. They haven't lost a game this season. Antonio Conte has made
if you had
good
to choose between those two coaches, Antonio Conte and Valverde, who would you want in your dugout?
I mean, I think most people would lean towards Conte. The group of players that Barcelona has, it's a talented group of players. And at the moment, it seems that it must be the managers that's not finding a way to get the best out of them. You have a leader in Gerard Piqué who has performed well up until this season. And even towards last season, he struggled at moments. So you would lean towards it being the manager. And I'm curious as to at what point, does a change come? There's been rumors of Xavi coming in, which I don't know necessarily would be a great fit at this moment because you need someone who can get that dressing room back in order, get the players back on your side. But there's still a lot to be worked out from a tactical standpoint too. How do you fit Griezmann? I know I mentioned to you last time too, but how do you fit?
Takes it a step above the manager, perhaps. I mean, their recruitment philosophy over the past couple of years has been a little bewildering. I mean, a guy like Griezmann's a great player, but I don't think he fits what Barcelona needed. And they signed a guy like Dembele who's been nonstop injuries. That you can't necessarily predict. But when I look around that team, and I was looking at the team they played at the weekend, a guy like Sergio Roberto, Nelson Semedo, a number of players in that I'm not sure are what we have come to expect of Barcelona as far as the best players in the world in those positions. And I think in some ways, Barcelona, they're not the outright favorite to win this year. And many, to me, they're probably 3rd or 4th favorite to win the competition. But yet they still have a guy in Lionel Messi who can win you games.
Why are they 3rd or 4th favorite? Is that just because of the name, though, and the weight of the name of Barcelona and their record in the competition?
Because of Messi. I mean, single-handedly, you saw he was the real reason that they got to how far they got in Champions League last year was solely due to Messi. And then in La Liga as well. They won the league because of Messi. He's a difference maker in that team. And when he's at his very, very best, you see how good Barcelona can be. And I think that they have a lot of passengers in this team. I don't know. I agree with you about Griezmann. I said it last week or whatever time it was, but I'm not sure he's the best fit. And how does he fit into that team? And we were saying how it's a good problem. Because of Messi. I mean, single-handedly, you saw he was the real reason that they got to how far they got. Griezmann hasn't settled in Champions League last year. And so time he will. And then in La Liga as well.
A lot of those teams we're looking across Europe, it's taking some time for these new signings to settle in and find the right recipe. I think we'll know in a month what to really expect from this Barcelona team. I still think that Valverde, he's struggling with figuring out the best formation for this team. Should they still be playing in a 4-3-3? Should they change that a little bit to accommodate the players they have? I feel like he's trying to fit square pieces into round pegs at times. Because Griezmann, playing him wide isn't actually where he's at his best. They still need to replace a guy like Luis Suarez. A lot of question marks still surrounding this team. The one positive, I think, though, outside of Messi, is Ter Stegen. He's been immense for them, saved them countless times.
A great penalty save against Marco Reus. Marco Reus, meanwhile, warming up right now. Dortmund have a game against... Who is it again, Stu?
Slavia Praha. Or some might call it Prague.
So pretentious. Yeah, we'll see in a minute.
It's so much more than a house. It's your own little slice of heaven. For over 30 years, Rocket Mortgage has helped millions of Americans finance the home of their dreams.
Toothbrush, honey, please do something. We've got to go. Guys, no.
So you can spend your time making your house home. Rocket Mortgage. Push button, get mortgage.
Let's take a look at that. Great concentration out of the field. He gets both feet in now. A dominant performance here today. Hand off to the right side. He's got some room. 3rd and inches.
What's your score?
No idea.
Using Head and Shoulders every day. It's like great offense for my hair.
No. It's great defense against flakes.
Offense.
Defense.
Offense.
Defense.
Offense.
Defense.
Defense. Offense for great hair.
Defense against flakes.
Mark is the best husband and father you could ask for. He's just a big kid.
Best man at my wedding. Just got to keep him off the dance floor.
I'm not your average cookie-cutter chick.
I will be all elite champion. I am all in with all elite wrestling.
TNT. Watch Wednesday Night Dynamite tonight at 8.
A hero looks to inspire through his passion.
In order to truly understand how great you can become, play the game with no shortcuts.
You train so hard for this.
I go out there and give it my all.
Honor, integrity, respect, the martial arts code.
That's what one championship is about.
He's done it.
That is awesomeness.
One championship, the home of martial arts on BR Live and TNT.
BR Football Kickoff is presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Well, Slavia Prague very nearly took 3 points off Inter Milan on match day 1. Here's how they're going to go at Dortmund today.
Yeah, Hovorka and Kudela will be the center backs trying to limit the space for Marco Reus and Julian Brandt to occupy. Thomas Suchek, the captain, has a tough job in front of him patrolling that midfield. You have Peter Olajinka lining up on the left-hand side and Lucas Masopoulos playing as a winger. Olinka got the goal in match day 1. And Stanislav Teko leading the line up top for Slavia Prague.
Don't try. Lucien Favre's starting 11 looks like this.
No Paco Alcacer available today, so it looks like Marco Reus perhaps playing as a false 9. Maybe Julian Brandt and him swap positions at times, but expect Reus, who drops into the midfield a lot of time. The two in the midfield doesn't often change for them, Delaney and Witzel. Mats Hummels comes back into the team alongside Akanji. And Jadon Sancho, who's playing on the right-hand side, has been a real revelation since joining from Manchester City in the Bundesliga. His ability to provide, he so often gets in these spots, Mo, but for a younger player, what I'm so impressed about is how often he makes the right decision. Doesn't just fire it into the box. He often has a look up. He looks for those passes. He hangs out on this right wing as Dortmund play in transition, which they often do under Lucien Favre. They try to play direct. They try to play vertically. They try to play quick. It ends up at the feet of Jadon Sancho to either provide or to score goals. This one actually takes a little bit of a deflection off the goalkeeper, but it's the right idea. He so often picks the right pass. And for Dortmund, he really is the outlet, and they will be expecting him, especially today in transition, to be that once again against the Slavia Prague team that they play high up the field, they play aggressively, they press. That should open up space for Sancho going the other way.
For $9.7 million. What would you put him at now?
Over 100.
I mean, yeah, 100 plus.
Would you want him more than...
Pulisic went for, what, 7? $80 million?
He's over what?
Well up there.
Over Neymar, maybe? More valuable?
Okay, calm down.
Put it out there. We'll be back in a minute.
Mark is the best husband and father you could ask for. He's just a big kid.
Best man at my wedding. Just gotta keep him off the